We are thrilled that the film is opening up here in New York, and our first fundraiser will be for WBAI in New York City. You know, Democracy Now! Is all of you and a group of a brain trust of amazing producers and journalists and staff who are deeply committed to independent media. And I couldn't end this night by, okay, you get used to me saying this very quickly, almost like a song at the end of the show. But Democracy Now! Produced with Mike Birkin, Dina Guzder, and Messiah Rhodes, and Nermeen Sheikh, and Maria Taracena, and Nicole Salazar, and Sarah Nasser, and Sharina Nadura, and Sam Malkoff, and Tamery Astudio, and John Hamilton, and Robbie Karen. We hope you feel better, Robbie. And Hani Masood, our executive director, is the inimitable Julie Crosby. Special thanks to Becca Staley, and John Randolph, and Paul Powell, and Mike DeFilippo, Miguel Noguera, Hugh Grant, Karl Marx, and Dennis Moynihan, David Prue, Dennis McCormick, Maddie Eliana Osbeck, Emily Anderson, Dante Torrieri, Buffy St. Maria Hernandez, Brendan Allen, Neil Shabata, Angie Karen, Ishmael Darrow, Christine Marr, Amba Gergerani, and Diego Ramos, Safwat Nazal, Hannah Elias, Laura Bastillo, Adriano Contreras, our Democracy Now! In Espanol team, Claudia Ibarra, Igor Moreno, Ivan Hincapié, and our amazing Democracy Now! Development and administrative staff, Jeff Stout, Yusra Rizuki, Nicole Schonitzer, Emily Goslin, Teresa Siniak, Ali Tutich, Isis Phillips, Diana Para, Jackie Sam, Rog Young, and to our DNA, the Democracy Now! Alum. You can never leave Democracy Now!, really. Who are here tonight, our first producer, Julie Drizzen, and Dan Coughlin, David Love, and Maria Carrion, Sharifa Bokadus, and Yoruba Richin, and Hisu Ku, and so many others. And we couldn't think of a way to end tonight. But then I saw someone in the audience, and I realized this is how we give thanks. Let's bring on the boss, Bruce Springsteen!
Happy anniversary, Democracy Now! Happy anniversary. And it's so wonderful to be here. And happy birthday, Patti. Past winter, the federal troops brought death and terror to the streets of Minneapolis. They picked the wrong city. As the power and the solidarity of the people of Minneapolis was an inspiration to the entire country, their strength and their commitment told us that this is still America. And the reactionary nightmare and the invasion of an American city will not stand. Their strength gave us hope, they gave us courage, and for those who gave their lives, Renee Good, mother of three, brutally murdered, Alex Preddy, VA nurse, executed, shot in the back by ICE in the street, left to die. Their bravery, their sacrifice, and their names will not be forgotten. This is Streets of Minneapolis. Through the winter's ice and cold, down Nicollet Avenue, city of flame fought fire and ice, neath an occupier's boots. King Trump's private army from the DHS, guns belted to their coats, came to Minneapolis just to enforce the law, or so their story goes. Against smoke and rubber bullets, well, by the dawn's early light, citizens stood for justice, their voices ringing through the night. And there were bloody footprints where mercy should have stood. Two dead left to die on snow-filled streets, Alex Pretty and Renee Good. Oh, in Minneapolis, I hear your voice singing through the bloody mist. We'll take our stand for this land and the stranger in our midst. Here in our home, they killed and roamed in the winter of 26. We'll remember the names of those who died on the streets of Minneapolis. Trump's federal thugs beat up on his face and his chest. Then we heard the gunshots, and Alex Pretty lay in the snow dead. Their claim was self-defense, sir. Just don't believe your eyes. It's our blood and bones and these whistles and phones against Miller and Norman's fucking lies. Oh, Minneapolis, I hear your voice crying through the bloody mist. We'll remember the names of those who died on the streets of Minneapolis. Now they say they're here to uphold the law, but they trampled on our rights. If your skin is black or brown, my friend, you'll be questioned, reported on sight. And in our chance of ice out now, our city's heart and soul persists. Through broken glass and bloody tears on the streets of Minneapolis. Oh, Minneapolis, I hear your voice singing through the bloody mist. Here in our home, they killed and roamed in the winter of 26. We'll take our stand for this land and the stranger in our midst. We'll remember the names of those who died on the streets of Minneapolis. We'll remember the names of those who died
Bruce, you're taking this on the road across the country, beginning in Minneapolis. Tell us about the tour.
Not much to tell, starting in Minneapolis and going on to Portland and Los Angeles, of course, two other cities where they had to deal with ISIS terror, and then we're going to end up in Washington, D.C., and with a few words to say to the fucking White House.
And you're saying where ICE is present, does that mean you're taking it to airports now?
I've been in plenty of them, probably so, you know.
One other question. I mean, 41 bullets, the streets of Minneapolis. Now you just made news again this morning. The ACLU launching a national ad campaign featuring your Born in the USA, highlighting the landmark birthright citizenship Supreme Court case that they're going to be arguing on April 1st.
Right. Well, it's our pleasure to be working with the ACLU, and they finally put Born in the USA to some good and righteous use, so I'm glad about that.
Well, we can't end tonight without a joint rendition of the appeal someone made when Patti was singing, "People have the power," with all the musicians on the stage, including Bruce. Folks, thank you so much for coming out and celebrating. We hope you all join in.
Hello, everybody. Well, no rehearsal. I never saw these fellas before in my life. But we don't need a rehearsal because we have the people to back us up. No, let's do it. Dreaming, well, of an aspect bright and fair, and my sleeping, it was broken, but my dream, it lingered near, in the farmer, shining valleys, oh, where the pure air, rarefied, and my senses are newly opened, 'cause I awakened into the cry that the people have the power to redeem the work of fools. Upon the meek, the grace is showered. It's decreed the people rule. Come on.
People have the power.
Believe it.
People have the power.
Make it so.
People have the power. People have the power.
Vengeful aspects became suspect and bended low as if to hear, and the armies ceased advancing because the people had their ear, and the shepherds and the soldiers, where they lay beneath the stars, exchanging visions, laying arms to waste in the dust, in the form of shining valleys, where the pure air rarefied, and my senses are newly opened, awakened to the cry. Come on, people have the power. Believe it.
People have the power.
Make it so.
People have the power. People have the power.
Whoa. Where there were deserts, I saw fountains, and like cream, the waters rise. And we strolled there together. We learned to laugh or criticize. Well, and the leopard